You've just been released after being arrested for DUI. One of the first things that you may be concerned about is what will happen to your driving privilege or license to drive. You may be thinking, I work for a living, I have to go to school, or my job involves driving. What's going to happen to my ability to drive legally? I'm California DUI and criminal defense attorney Joseph A. Tang. I'm the principal attorney of the Joseph A. Tang law firm, which is based out of the Southern California, Los Angeles area. You should be aware that a DUI arrest could potentially subject you to two separate suspensions of your driving privilege, one administrative suspension through the DMV and one suspension as a result of a criminal court conviction. Here are a few general things you will want to know about each. First, you need to understand that the DMV and criminal court are separate and independent of each other. What happens in one proceeding does not necessarily have an impact on the other. In fact, sometimes the legal issues that need to be determined in one are not exactly the same as the legal issues in the other. The DMV and criminal courts operate in two separate branches of the government as well. The DMV hearing is administrative, meaning that it is conducted by the DMV itself, which is part of the executive branch of government, and not at court by a judge. Whereas a criminal case is always handled at court, which is part of the judicial branch of government. As it relates to the DMV action to suspend your driving privilege, once the police arrest you for DUI and serve you with notice, your driving privilege will be suspended beginning 30 days later, unless you request a hearing with the DMV within 10 days following your arrest. So you'll be able to drive at a minimum of 30 days following your arrest. Your right to a DMV hearing is waived, however, if it's not requested within 10 days. So if you don't request a hearing, you lose the right to have one, and that means that the DMV can decide your matter without any involvement from either you or your attorney. You won't be able to see what their evidence against you is, and you won't be able to present your own evidence. So that's just a few of the reasons why it's important to act immediately or retain counsel immediately. Requesting a DMV hearing may allow you to continue to drive until after a written decision is made by the DMV, provided that a stay is requested and or placed on the suspension of your license pending determination of your case at the hearing. As it relates to the criminal court case, any possible suspension or revocation of your driver's license will not occur until after that court case has been resolved. A license suspension may occur upon a conviction of an offense, which by law leads to a suspension. So that means that generally there won't be a license suspension from court unless your case results in a conviction. If you have two different license suspensions, the question then becomes, how are they managed together, and can you get credit from one suspension towards the other? The answer is you are only supposed to receive credit from a DMV suspension towards a criminal conviction suspension. Whether you are eligible to receive suspension time credit from a driving suspension suffered from a companion DMV matter towards a license suspension resulting from a court conviction will depend on the circumstances of your case. If you do not end up receiving credit from a DMV suspension towards the suspension resulting from a DUI conviction, then the overall suspension or restricted licensed driving time could be more than the suspension time of either of the two suspensions individually. This area of law is oftentimes confusing and difficult to decipher. That's why it becomes necessary to retain an attorney unless a person is comfortable with a less than optimal outcome to their cases. Please feel free to give us a call at 626-213-5358 to discuss how a DUI arrest will affect your privilege to drive, or visit our website at jtanelaw.com. Also, please like this video and subscribe to our firm's channel. I'm attorney Joseph A. Tang. Thanks for watching.